for a real treat.
Hang on to them hats and glasses, 'cause this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
It's the DIZ Pod, where dreams come true. With Corey and Lawrence, we'll explore with you. Feel the magic.
Gets his stuff and gets ready to leave.
And
I was like,
and the cheer.
"You leaving?"
Together we'll make memories.
And he said that's when he was like, okay.
Yeah. So.
But, so why'd you pull over then?
I was probably more scared than anything. Pull over.
That's why they chose the music they chose, and that's why that they laid this life out, you know, from birth to death in this show. It's actually much more to it than I think a lot of people realize until we really start to see it more.
I'm going to skip out because I do have to do my football show where I will be picking the Patriots to lose this week. By the way, go Raven, out!
Well, I'll talk to him later. Pete is great. Love Pete.
In the house, sometimes we would have 30.
You had the house to hang out at then.
Ladies and gentlemen, Zach Stevens.
What's up, guys?
Welcome.
I just said, let's go live on YouTube. People might like to see that. Believe it or not, that first night we got 1,000 people watching. I don't.
You are now listening to a member of the Disney Podcast family. Head over to Disney Podcast Family on Instagram to see all the latest posts for this show and links to other great Disney podcasts.
Hello and welcome to the next edition of the DIZ Pod. Lawrence, you want to know what my favorite episode is of the DIZ Pod?
Which one?
The next one. Here we are. March 10th. Tuesday, March 10th, 2026. It just keeps going on and on. Every 7 days, there's another DIZ Pod. There's another Tuesdays.
Yes.
Any day that ends in Diz is a good day.
There you go.
Hey, that sounds like a t-shirt. Welcome, everyone, listening and watching live. We do this live because we do it for you. We also do it later on for iHeartRadio, Amazon, Apple, and Spotify. Nailed it.
Nailed it.
I mean, one of these days, I feel like I need to put something up, little cheater card.
Right on your monitor.
Smooth.
Yeah,
exactly. You know, I found out that's what these because right now things are heating up in the NFL for the free agent frenzy stuff and all that stuff. So I kind of keep tuned into that, and you have all the reporters, you know, reporting in as news comes in. And I learned that the other day that they're all sitting home on their webcams, you know, on NFL, on the NFL shows.
Yeah,
and they have cards too. That's right. Sometimes that so they can just kind of spit that information out. You want to be smooth. So the time change is here. And do we welcome it? Do we like it? Do we hate it? I just hate the fact that you got to get up earlier, but it is what it is. So we have to embrace it. Like right now, I'm starting. This is the first DIZ Pod in a long time that I have to shut the what do you call those? The
blinds?
The darker curtains there.
Oh, the drapes.
Yeah.
I
have to pull those closed because it's still very much sunny and beautiful out here in the Sunshine State.
Yeah, same thing here. I mean, you guys, your son, because it's different than my son. Your son stays out longer than mine does here in North Carolina. But yes, I was finishing up my workday a little bit ago and had to close the drapes because it was coming right in. It's that time of year again.
Yes. We do like more sunlight on the back end, though. So a little give and take.
Yes. Like we went to see Starlight, and like we're getting in position for Starlight, and it was not dark. It was really weird, but it did finally get dark. I think it was 8:15 for Starlight, and then 9:30 for Happily Ever After. And there was only one Starlight on Sunday, but we went on Main Street. Funny enough, we went on Main Street. Catherine got some Starbucks, and I was like, well, I'll find a spot. And I walked a little bit further down towards Town Square, found a spot in front of the Pandora store. And I was there maybe 2 minutes, and the announcement came over, and I was actually worried because it was different than the normal pre-show announcement. And it said that Main Street and Town Square were closed for any more guests, that if you wanted to see the parade, you had to go to Liberty Square or Frontierland. And I looked to my right, and there was they have it taped off on the ground. I could have fit another 10 people next to me. So I was like, that's fine. You can get people going over there. I had a great spot, straight shot of the parade. So
You did, and we were watching it too, and I don't know why, but I was a little bit surprised when they made that announcement that the hub and all that was to capacity.
Yeah. It did not feel that way. Not at all. So
call out my brother there in the chat who's having fun in the chat. Always appreciate the support. He says you guys are a perfect team. He likes
appreciate that.
Because he likes you because I like you. He trusts me. He trusts me. Yeah. So yeah, you came down. You had you doing like a quick little recap of that or anything?
Sure.
How was your time?
So the time
you did
was
teach me something that you can do 2 scavenger hunts at once.
Oh yeah.
And if you all
can
haven't watched Lawrence do this in person, it's masterful. He rides through. It's one pass. If we didn't see that egg or we didn't see Spike the Bee, we're moving on. We'll get it next time.
I also didn't have the better half helping. So, if she's there, she's much better at remembering. Because a lot of times, folks, the stuff is going to be very close to where it was the last time. And she wasn't there, so I'm like, well, I'm not wasting any more time. And you had the stream, so I was trying to help move that along. So we just ran through it. But yeah, we got there late Friday night, early Saturday morning. I used my Frontier Pass, so I got down there for $15.41. It cost me more to get to the resort than to get from North Carolina to Orlando.
Crazy stuff.
Crazy.
Right?
Yeah. So then we got up Saturday. We went to Epcot, did a little bit of the scavenger hunt. We caught some rides. Where did we get in? We got in Soarin', Living with the Land, Spaceship Earth, Imagination, and something else. But it was good because the girls hadn't been there since September. I went in December and I went again in January, but those were solo trips. So they hadn't been since September. So I kind of let them choose what they wanted to do, mostly. And Catherine was pretty much, I'll go along with whatever. So it was really Finley who got to choose what we wanted to do. And she wanted to start with Spaceship Earth, but it was down. So we went over to Soarin'. When we got there, it said 35 minutes. I think we waited 25. We come out of Soarin' and it says 110.
I saw that. I was walking away from the computer and then I turned back quick. I was like, what? Tammy, what happened here?
110. That was crazy. But we had a good time. Then we met up with you. We enjoyed first weekend of Flower and Garden Festival. Saw a lot of the topiaries. Saw the new display in Communicore Hall. In Sunday, we did Magic Kingdom. I already mentioned seeing the parade and fireworks, but Finley wanted to do Mine Train. Normally, she does not want to do coasters, but she wanted to do Mine Train. And we looked, and it was like, at one point it was 45 in the afternoon. That's not bad, about Mine Train. In fact, that might come up on our game tonight. So thought about it, 45. It went up to 55. At one point it was 65. And I said, Finley, we're going to have to wait. I said, I got it. What if we watch the fireworks from behind the castle? And as soon as the last fireworks goes off, we go right over to Mine Train because you're right there. So she was a little hesitant, and then finally she was okay with it. That's exactly what we did. When we got to the line, it said 25 minutes, and we waited 15 minutes for Mine Train. So, because fireworks were 9:30, park closes at 10. Fireworks are 16 minutes if I remember correctly. So we got over there at like 9:55 and walked on, and we were on in 10 minutes. And she had a great time. So trust your instincts and maximize your time.
Yeah, you can really learn a lot. You can learn a lot from the Disney Streamer Network. We've been teaching people for going on 8 years, I think now, on how to make their way around the parks and manage the parks. That was the main thing that this channel was based on. Let's show people how to do Disney better. And I think we do that. And you did say a comment about me maybe on Sunday when we were watching that you said that I know how to manage the parks very, very well. And I took that to heart. That meant a lot to me. I take pride in that.
Well, there's so many people that think you can't do Disney without a Lightning Lane or paying for the Premier Pass or doing the single rider Lightning Lane. And there's ways to do, I get it. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. But Corey's in the park every Wednesday and Saturday. Other folks, like Theme Park Giant, I don't know of another streamer that uses Lightning Lane that I can think of. Most of us don't, because we go often and we just say, okay, well, we'll flip, and instead of waiting for Mine Train, we'll do it at the end of the night, or we'll rope drop Tron, or we'll do something to maximize that time. And so I just think there are ways to do that without spending that kind of money on Premier Pass. There was somebody that said they did Epcot and Magic Kingdom Premier Pass in one trip. That had to have been at least $600 a person. Extra.
That's crazy.
I just don't see that. I think there's so much to do in those parks without having to pay that kind of money. So.
Yeah, I agree. You can really work it.
Yeah. So, and then Monday we went to Animal Kingdom. We picked up our annual pass holder magnet. We saw the new Zootopia show because Finlay and Catherine hadn't seen that. And then we caught Winged Encounters, the macaws at the Tree of Life. Happened to be starting as we were starting to walk away. I was like, oh, wait, we got to go see that. So got to see that, and then headed over to Hollywood Studios, caught Frozen Sing-Along, which is always great. Did the Villain Show. I did Star Tours and was asked to leave, which was the first time that I've been streaming and been told I couldn't stream something. And
this news came to me by text.
And so
how did you react to it?
I said, I looked at Catherine and I said, I can't film, because the guy said, 3 go to whatever lane. He was putting us in the front. There was nobody in the thing, and he was putting us in the front row. And he said, oh, just so you know, you can't film on the ride. Why do you think I'm here? What do you think I'm going to do? So I was like, wait, I can't film it? Because it's not, he didn't say you can have the gimbal or could. He said you couldn't film it, which was different for me. First of all, I don't have film. It's not 1987, but whatever. So I said, oh, okay, that's new. And Catherine's like, yeah, that's a first. And so I said, okay, I'll go. He's like, you can take the bypass hallway. Okay. And I left and went and waited in the store for the girls to come out. And then I guess about the time the ride was ending, Catherine texted me and said, do you want me to ask? I was like, yeah, sure. So she asked a coordinator, and a coordinator said, nope, that's incorrect. We apologize. And they sent Catherine to go get me, came back through the bypass hallway, and they let us ride again. Well, they let the girls ride again, and they let me ride. So she said, no, that's just a new cast member who was mistaken, And so I was like, okay, great. No worries.
And that proves my point, right? That, whenever that happens, it's a new cast member. And all I can imagine is they are the freshest out of the box. So they are just trying to do the best they can about their job. Really.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not that they're misinterpreting the rules. I mean, it's kind of in there, I think. But once you've been doing it a bit, it's assumed, you let everybody slide.
Right.
And that's why I asked for a manager right away. I'm like, I try to mute. Can I talk to a manager?
Mm-hmm.
Then if the manager's like, no, you can't, then it's like, okay. But a manager's never said that. Matter of fact, when we did Smuggler's Run a couple weeks back, they were yelling at me on the ride. It was nuts.
That was crazy.
And then as soon as the door opened, when the ride was done, they were standing there ready to comp everybody a lightning lane without even discussion. Hey, we're so sorry about that. So again, I said it before, what happened behind the scenes between them telling us no and the ride ending,
Yeah.
So matter of fact, that ride took a little while for us to come out. They probably held us there so that they could get there and make things right.
Oh, yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Now that I think
That's
about
true.
it.
That's true.
Yeah. So it's always just a cast member that's new.
Yeah.
And I say that all the time. I'm like, it's got to be a rookie, and it turns out that's the way it is.
I've seen had that happen on Star Tours. He was said
to me
that he couldn't. They wanted him to take his gimbal or take the phone, or in his case, the camera off the gimbal, and on he's got the Pocket 3, and it is screwed into the tripod. Like, it is much less safe if I take it off than if it's on the tripod. And so he, kind of like me, just said okay and walked away. Started to go through the bypass, and they kind of asked him, "Where are you going?" And they said, he said, "Well, they told me I can't ride." And the coordinator stopped and said, "Wait, that's incorrect. You're fine."
Yeah.
So,
yep.
Good on them. And if anybody wants to give her a cast member compliment, her name is Patricia from Jacksonville, Florida, at Star Tours. She was very, very nice, handled the thing very professionally, and got us right back on the ride. So, and then, we finished our day, headed off to back to the resort, picked up our luggage, and headed back home. Got home about midnight and went to work this morning and school this morning. So some of us are a little tired.
I was going to text you around 9 because Tammy was like, they must be home. So I guess you weren't home yet at 9.
Oh, no. Our flight was at 8, so we were still in the air. Yeah, so we got back to the airport here at like 10:30, and then we had to stop and get lunch for Finley in the morning. So, but yeah, it was good. Disney Mickey superfans talking about the car at Rock and Roller Coaster. I did see that. I showed that on the stream on Monday, that it's now painted. So it's
so you got to see it in person.
Yeah, kind of a matte gray with red flames on it. So, and that may just be the start of the paint. And they had the full guitar behind Scrim there. So they're working on the exterior for sure. So excited. You know what surprised me though? Nothing at Launch Bay. Like, other than the sign coming down, the exterior of the building still looks the same. Like, I'm waiting to see something happen there. And I know that they're working on like the ground. You can't really see that because the walls are up,
they're tearing that up.
Yeah, but other than that, I don't see much really happening over there. So I said there must be a ton of work going on inside the building.
Yeah, because they don't have many more months to go.
No, that's going to be fever getting that ready. But we'll see. I'm excited. There's some good stuff happening over there.
Hey, anything different, to do to just, I always say you can go to Hollywood Studios 10 times, and each day is going to be different. It takes one thing to make it a different day.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Just takes one thing.
And I talked about the street performers, right? You have the jugglers. You have that new band, Holly Groove, although they don't perform on Mondays and Tuesdays, so I didn't get to hear them in person. and they have a mashup of oh man, it's some pop song and Star Wars that they do really, really well. So
okay.
Yeah, that one's good. So
we need to bring back the actors. We need to bring back the street actors.
I'm hoping this is the start of it. You know, I think they're kind of testing the jugglers and Holly Groove, and we saw Mary Poppins, Bert, the Penguin, Pinocchio, and Jiminy Cricket all out there meeting people right in the right in front of the
wow,
Chinese
Pinocchio,
theater.
huh?
Yeah.
I mean, Jiminy Cricket is starting to become a common character.
Yeah,
I feel
exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping, you know, well, especially when Animation Courtyard reopens, I think we're going to see some really cool stuff there. I really hope so.
If Disney's doing it, it's at least acceptable. You know, they don't do anything bad.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Yeah, you never walk away and go, well, that was terrible.
They are working on Bluey. They are working on Bluey now.
Yep.
I got inside word on that. I've got an inside track on Animal Kingdom, a big time one now. So, yes, they are working on that.
And I did peek since we were right there, and you can kind of just go down that corridor and see Tropical Americas. I did see the La Casita being built, and that thing is huge. Man, that thing is big.
Oh, yeah, it is.
We are in for a fun time.
You know what I realized on Saturday when we went by Animal Kingdom from the parking lot? That Tropical Americas is right there. That is the closest attraction to the parking lot.
Oh, okay. We came in on the bus, so I didn't notice it, but okay.
I wouldn't have noticed it, but the crane is right there. And then it drew my attention down lower, and you can see a lot through those trees. And it made me wonder, could you always see a lot through those trees and see what's going on in Dino Land a little bit? But
I don't know.
Or did they have something blocking it and it came down in the course of construction?
Yeah, that could be.
It'd be interesting to pay attention to that once it opens.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So what do we have on tap today?
So I thought today we'd have a little fun, play a little game called Is It Worth It? So Corey's wearing a Star Wars shirt?
Actually, I went to work today with this on.
Oh, good for you.
And then I was like, you know what? I don't even know if I've worn my ET shirt yet. So I'm a little bit universal today.
All right.
Yeah.
I like that. So you have a shirt for a ride that takes a while to get on, Super Mario or anything over there, right? At Epic.
Well, I mean, the right person to bring in for Parkology, I don't know what we'd call it, but Jacob has studied Epic very closely, and he can tell you what every ride typically runs at what time of day. But yeah, Super Nintendo World is one of the heavy ones.
Yeah. And ET typically is not. You know, it's one of the
right.
It's classic. And it's no thrill ride. So people if you're choosing Hagrid's over ET typically. And then on my side, I have a Peter Pan shirt on, and Lord knows, Peter Pan. That was another ride Finley wanted to do on Sunday. I was like, yeah, I can't figure that one out because I can't do Mine Train and Peter Pan on the same day because one of them you either got to rope drop one of them and close out the park with the other, and we could only do one. So I was like, I'm not waiting 40 minutes for Peter Pan.
Yeah, Peter hardly lets up.
Yeah, exactly.
He does.
Part of that is because of the loading. It's a very slow loader. It's no Pirates. You know, Pirates fits, I think, something over 3,000 people in an hour. Peter Pan's not going to be anywhere near that. And so that's what really is the problem. So the game tonight, we have on my other monitor, sad you guys can't see it. You'll be able to see the names and the times that we have
as Jiminy Cricket. I would counter that with he has the same height as Jiminy Cricket.
Oh,
Dum-dum.
What happened to my?
I don't know. We're all over the place now, but I'm
Wow,
sure everyone can hear us just fine.
They can, but we became way too large.
While you're figuring that out, I'll say that Trish was in here, and unless there was a typo, she said she spent $4,000 on Premier Pass.
Oh,
due
no.
to my husband, and oh, how I want that money back. Yeah, yes, you can definitely do the parks without the lightning lanes. Premier Pass is nice. We do have a video on that. I mean, you're pretty much guaranteed to get on everything that is running. Now, I don't know if Disney gives you a discount, but if there's if there's even one single ride that you weren't able to get on, they should give you some money back because that's supposed to cover everything.
Yes. But that's not going to happen.
Okay, so they don't do it. Yeah, so that means they'll never do it.
Yeah, they wouldn't. They're just not going to do that. All right. So I don't know why we're not on the screen. I'll figure that out in a second.
Okay.
But I'm going to start the game and then I'll let you talk while we can. We're on the vertical, but not on the horizontal. All right. So let's.
Okay.
Let's.
Hello, everyone on the vertical.
All right. So the first ride that comes up. It's a biggie. Tron.
Okay.
To 120 minutes, but I also threw in virtual queue. Would you rather have it on virtual queue? And that's what came up. So Tron for virtual queue. Would you rather wait for Tron on a virtual queue?
Oh, I think that's an easy one. Yes. I think I like, now that they're all gone, I want to say that I loved virtual queues because I was really good at getting them. I mean, since virtual queue has gone away with Cosmic Rewind, for example, have I done Cosmic Rewind more than 3 times? I might say no.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's hard. It's hard. I mean, every time you look at that, Guardians is 110, 90 minutes. And I just won't wait 90, even off stream. I'll consider 60 for something like that. Maybe.
All right. Let's see. We'll take a few seconds to see if we've come back.
Okay.
Yep, we're back. All right. Sorry about that, everybody.
All right.
So we were on Haunted Mansion, and Virtual Queue came up. So is that necessary? Would you rather it be on Virtual Queue, or what do you say?
No, I don't think it's necessary. There are plenty of times that I can think of that Haunted Mansion frees up enough, like between 15 minutes, maybe 20, which is rope drop. Also, leading up to Happily Ever After, just after Happily Ever After, like immediately after Happily Ever After. And I would also say towards the end of the night is when you can catch that. So just be aware of the app, and there's a handful of times where Haunted Mansion will drop. No matter how high you see it, it will drop. So I don't think a virtual queue is necessary.
I couldn't see a virtual queue being necessary for Haunted, and sometimes I don't know if those of you know, but you may see a 13-minute wait time on it. If you see that, you just go running right over because it's not 13 minutes. That's their little Easter egg. That means it's actually a walk-on. There are 3 rides in the parks that do that. Do you know the other 2?
Oh wow, I didn't know this. Boy, what would we even put that on? Jungle Cruise is kind of funny. I'll say Jungle Cruise.
Oh, that would be good, but no.
Okay.
I could see them doing that because they're tongue in cheek. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, Mine Train.
So Mine Train is one of them. Yeah, but it doesn't do 13. It does 7.
I've never seen that.
It happened.
How cool.
Once. It happened once. It was there was a crazy downpour, but no lightning. So they were still running Mine Train, and it was 7 minutes. And it was very late at night also. So it was 7 minutes. The other one is Tower of Terror. So Tower of Terror will do 13 as well. But how often does that happen? So no virtual queue needed for Haunted Mansion. No, don't think that's necessary. All right, so the next one is going to be Remy's at 35. 35-minute wait for Remy's standby.
That's worth it. That's worth it.
That's worth it. I believe so. I could see 35, especially like Finley wanted to do Remy's Saturday when we were there, and we can't do single rider. I mean, technically we could at this point because she's 7, but I'm not going to do that.
No, she's too young.
She's too young. By their rules, that's okay, but no, we're not going to do that. So, we would have to do it as a family, and so 35 minutes for me would be fine for Remy's. Yeah, I would agree. And you folks can certainly chime in. Roderick says he would wait 35 minutes. Absolutely.
Yeah, and 35 is kind of our baseline number for, if it's a busy day, 35, you just kind of grab something. Anything higher than that, we're trying to plan around that possibly. So, what did you spend?
Okay. Tomorrowland Speedway, 75 minutes.
No. Absolutely not. I don't think anyone in their right mind would sign off on that one.
I want to know, when was the last time Tomorrowland Speedway was 75 minutes? Like, dude.
I thought I saw an outrageous number the other day, but I can't remember what it was exactly.
I mean, it was...
Never.
It was 15 Sunday when Finley wanted to do it, and that was tough to wait the 15. So
So you can beg the question, what number does it have to be for you to get in line for that? 20 is pushing it for me. 15, not a problem.
Yeah.
20, we're thinking about it.
Yeah.
We're like Tammy's t-shirts. We're 60-40 on that. 60 on the no side.
Yeah, I would agree. And we were standing there, and I was streaming it, and I'm trying to talk, to people, and I'm like, oh, it is so loud. Can you imagine if they did go to electric engines? Like, what would we do with that? You'd actually be able to hear the ambient music in Tomorrowland.
Mm-hmm.
But you know that they have a fake sound that they can use. Mustangs do that. They have I forget what it's called, Eco Boost, I think it's called. So it's a Mustang, but it doesn't really have that powerful of an engine. So they pump in the engine noise inside the cabin so that it feels like you're driving a more muscular car.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's very weird. It's not the model I would get. All right. We have Frozen Sing-Along, 60-minute wait.
No. Not worth it.
Not worth it. It used to be that much of a wait. Like,
yes,
everything would fill up. Every seat would fill up. You had to be there a show ahead of time in order to get in. Lightning Lane. That's another one. People are always like, should I get Lightning Lane for that? No. Don't waste a Lightning Lane on that. Absolutely not. We walked in maybe 15 minutes before the show started on Monday and got a great seat. A couple rows back. So yeah, no, don't waste your time or your lightning lane on that one. It's a great show, totally worth doing every time because the show changes every time. But no, don't waste time on that one.
Yeah, it's like Miss Mel said, check the show times on that. You can find one that maybe time it where they're just starting to go in or they're just about ready to start, and you can find a seat. Since we've made our return back to it and doing it live, we have had no problems at all sitting even right in the back row where we'd like to be.
Yeah. I did one sitting right up against the booth.
Yeah,
and that was real nice because I didn't have to worry about anybody being behind me or anything like that.
How cool was it for you and others for the seats that we sat in for Beauty and the Beast? I mean, we were right behind the control boards and all that stuff, and something went wrong. So it was nice to watch that.
That was also very cool. Yeah,
and all of that. You know, and I tried to show a quick close up of the different screens and all that. I'd spend more time on that, but I don't know if Disney wants you doing that. So I just did a quick peek at it. But yeah, it was cool to watch them. Like they all looked at each other. They stopped and they were just like looking at each other, and they're like, I don't know, you know. And then who was probably a supervisor came up into the booth and looked at some screens, gave some direction, and the show came back to life. For anybody that didn't know, they were singing. It was one of the beginning songs, and the audio just went out. And kudos to the cast members. The show went on like they didn't miss a beat. They finished, and even though they weren't mic'd, and they went off stage, and that's when I didn't know if they were gonna cancel the show from there or not, but they did a good job.
Yeah, they did a good job. Minutes. You know, the show must go on, as they say, and things happen, right? They happen to us. They happen to them. It happens. But no, it is cool, especially, you know, for a techie guy with all the stuff on my desk to be able to see the production. And actually for Frozen, they made us walk past the booth to the left side and then go down. So we were able to see the board there. I would like to see backstage too, because that was the other area that I controlled when I was in high school. Was the sound room and the lights, which were all backstage, and the curtain guys were under my department also.
Oh yeah. Hey, yeah, and Jacob's done some theater backstage and all that stuff too. All the prep and building of the sets and stuff like that.
Yeah, so he
enjoyed it.
For a while, I thought that's what I was going to do in, for work, but didn't happen. Navi River Journey, 45. That's a tough one.
I mean, we can't like give quick, obvious answers for everything, right? So if you in a vacuum, you'd say no, but if that's 45, you have to consider the entire park is busy. Right? How about that? That the park is busy. If anybody doesn't realize this, first of all, when I open up the Disney Experience app, do you do what I do? How many people do this? You open it up for ride times. Do you start at the top and work your way down? No, I flip it right to the bottom. I want to see the worst of the worst, and then I'll work my way from the highest wait time to the lower. And some rides will tell it all. Okay? Is the park busy if Small World is 20 minutes?
Oh, no. No, it's kind of right in the middle.
Okay. Dumbo is 30.
That's a busy day.
See? So there are you can figure out how the park is doing sometimes just by one ride.
Yeah.
It's that reaction you have. You go, "Oh, Dumbo's 35?"
Yeah.
Okay. People are filtering to other things because everything else is much higher.
Right.
So Navi River Journey 45, we've done that quite recently, I thought. And it was just because, it's probably towards the end of the night. There really wasn't much
I think you're right.
way to go.
Yeah.
So, you just sit back, relax, and kind of just enjoy your time in the queue and all that. So I think we did it, and it was fine. And, believe it or not, that time goes by faster than you think.
It does.
It never feels like that, right? So,
It does. You know, you're talking with your family, or you're playing, you're playing games. A lot of people do the heads up game, with their family and stuff like that. You're recapping your day, stuff like that.
Yeah, especially when we're live, it's like, okay, let me interact with the chat, a little bit more. Let's keep everyone's interest. But when, say, we're just hanging out on a non-streaming day, it's a chance for me to just kind of kick back, lean against the wall of the railing, relax, talk with you, talk with Catherine, talk with Tammy, Jacob, whoever's with us.
Yep.
And just kind of, it's a relaxing moment, actually, I think sometimes. Sometimes I felt like the last few times we have been to the park without streaming, that in a way it's almost welcomed a little bit. You're like, okay, we've been moving from ride to ride. We've been on the move for a few hours. All right, let's just kind of chill here for 30 minutes and kind of relax for a moment. So it's not always bad. It's not always a bad thing. So yeah, if circumstances presented themselves in those ways, I think 45 minutes, no more, is fine for Navi River Journey.
Yeah. Yeah, and like he said, use that time, to decompress almost, Yeah. Because you probably didn't rope drop it and it's 45. So it's probably the end of the day and you can kind of recap and
yeah, you've kind of satisfied with what you've done for the day.
Yeah.
It probably wouldn't be a midday thing. 45 minutes for that has to be end of day. Like, this is our final ride.
Yep. Yep. All right. Slinky Dog Dash at 35.
Oh, all day. All day long. Give me that. Can I please have Slinky Dog at 35 minutes?
We will welcome Slinky Dog at 35 minutes. So here's my question. Because I was thinking about this Monday when I was at Hollywood Studios. The next attraction to open at Hollywood Studios is going to be the Magic of Disney Animation. Well, it might be Rock and Roller Coaster, but let's say it's World of Disney Animation, or the Magic of Disney Animation. What ride does that ease up wait times on the most when that opens?
What a great question. It's not going to be Slinky Dog. That is such a staple. I don't think that's going to get relief from those attractions, but something has to, right? Star Tours maybe saying at 5 or 10 minutes. Oh no, wait, that already happens. Good old reliable Star Tours, which we love, and it's always our go-to. But there has to be something, right? Wait times. I don't know. I kind of point to. It's tough because you think of the dynamics of the area, right? I think that Mania is great on its own for our family for the competition aspect. But you go over, you check in on Slinky, or you're gonna go on Slinky. I don't think anybody leaves Slinky and bypasses Mania because it's just there.
Yeah,
I think it gets the traffic, So, man, what do you think? I'm thinking kind of in Galaxy's Edge, maybe Smuggler's Run. You shave about 10 minutes on average throughout the day on that for a little while, I think.
Okay. My thought was Mania. I thought because of what it is, right? It's kind of that family. It's certainly going to be geared towards families. That whole area really is. So I think I was thinking Mania, but Mike might have the answer. He says Mickey and Minnie's. Because it's right there.
Yeah.
And it's family. I wonder if that, I bet that might be the one. Bet it might have
That takes a little dip in wait time.
Yeah. Frozen might be a little less busy. Maybe Indy might be a little less full. I don't know. Orange Grove, good to see you. Now, what about when the Doors coaster opens up? Because it could be Rock and Roller Coaster. It could be Slinky Dog. It could be both. I think the Monsters Inc. Door coaster probably becomes the longest wait in the park. However, they're gonna do it on virtual queue for a while. How could they not? Right? The Doors coaster, when that opens, has to go to virtual queue. They would be crazy not to. You can't do that at standby.
Which one again?
The Doors coaster, Monsters.
But I was managing all of this. Oh yeah, that's good. That's automatic, right? That's going to go virtual queue.
Yeah.
And when that happens, I think you'll see more. You'll see a difference on more attractions.
Mm-hmm.
You think?
I think that'll have the biggest impact on the park. And also think about this: it's not a replacement of a ride; it's a brand new ride.
Yeah.
Right. Which, let's be honest, Hollywood Studios has needed another addition to. When they opened Galaxy's Edge, they took stuff away. When they opened Toy Story Land, they took stuff away. Magic of a Disney Animation is a replacement of another attraction. So Monsters Coaster is the first one that's really a new ride that isn't replacing anything. So I think it's going to absorb a lot of people.
Yes, for sure. For distance-wise, you may get a little bit of a dip in Tower of Terror, maybe.
Because it's so far away from the rest of it.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah, the newer stuff.
Yeah.
It's really tucked away,
That's a good point. It may have a big effect on that. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And I was looking at the artist rendering of that whole area, Monsters there. That coaster is so far back there. Like, it's way back there. The artist rendering, of course, doesn't show where the queue is going to be. I wonder where, are they going to do it in front of the building itself? Or are you going to come all the way back to where the Glob Theater is? It was nice to see the work going on the Glob Theater, because you could tell where they chiseled away the brick. I don't think that building's real brick on the outside either. But where they took away the brick, you could see they're starting to make the form for the new marquee and everything that's going to be there. So they're working really hard. August, I was telling people on Monday that I'm excited for D23 because Corey and I will do a show before D23, kind of giving our speculation, maybe what we think we're going to hear. Maybe we're inventive enough to come up with some names for some of the attractions or the restaurants or something like that. And then the week after, we'll do a recap of everything. But what we'll do Saturday of D23 weekend is still up in the air. I was telling them that maybe I do live cut-ins. Like if you're waiting for an attraction and we get a big announcement, excuse me, I'll do a big splash with a stinger and cut in and give the update right there live while Living in Diz is at a park or at Disney Springs or whatever.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's a must do.
Yeah. So should be a lot of fun. All right, Guardians of the Galaxy at 120 minutes.
No, because I haven't. Even at 110, 110 and 90, I won't do that. Now, where I haven't seen Guardians in a long time, I just can't do 90, man. I know it's only a 10-minute difference. 80, I would probably do it. If we showed up at the park a little previously to go to streaming, I'd be willing to jump in that at this moment. And then maybe go live when we're like 20 minutes out.
That was going to be my question is because I know your head will go straight to, I can't wait 80 minutes, with the stream. So
yeah.
Good to know. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I have waited that long, only because it was posted at 65 and then it just kind of started to crawl once we were in there. And it's like, well, I think it was the last ride, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was the last ride we were doing that day. And it was like, I just got to go for it. So it ended up being about 90 minutes. But, ooh, that was tough.
Should kind of preface it, though, too, right? Because I'm here all the time, I can have very different opinions to those who are here on vacation. So
that's true.
If you're on vacation, if I was on vacation and I wasn't coming back for a year or 2 or even 6 months, I would wait 2 hours for Guardians. Or that's where I'd probably purchase a Lightning Lane so that I could get that one.
Mm-hmm. And that's a good point. We probably should have said that at the beginning. Like, it is different for those of us that are annual pass holders that work the park a little bit differently. That once a week or once a year trip or once in a lifetime trip can be very different. And maybe that's where you do get Lightning Lane. And I made this suggestion to someone who asked in chat on Monday about that. And my suggestion was get Lightning Lane, get, don't get the Premier Pass. I guess if you got that money, go for it. But do Lightning Lane, the multi-pass, but then also maximize it, right? With some of the tips that Corey and I and others that are in the network can give you. Wait until after fireworks to go do Mine Train. And then don't use a Lightning Lane on Mine Train. You've got, you can do other stuff. So, for example, we didn't do Tron. We didn't do Space Mountain on Sunday. And so you can do those other rides and be able to really maximize your full day. And I think that's really the biggest tip for someone that's going that doesn't always go, like Corey and I and others that are lucky enough to go that many times. So yeah, you can do both, but maximize your time by adding in a lot of these tips.
Mm-hmm.
2 shows of Fantasmic. What's the tip there?
Don't do the first one. Point blank, period. I overheard a family planning, and I don't know if you heard any of this on stream. Can't remember when it was. Obviously, it was a Hollywood Studios stream, maybe at least a couple ago, 2 or 3. And I heard a family planning for the next day. And they were talking about Hollywood. So maybe I wasn't even at Hollywood, but they were talking about, we're going to be at Hollywood tomorrow. Or it was that actual afternoon. Whatever it was, I didn't like what I heard, and I felt like I had to advise them, at least give them an option. And I think it was about that. I think they were talking about, we got to get over to, Fantasmic. Or maybe it was like, we're going to miss an attraction because we got to get over to Fantasmic, the first show.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, and then we got to get back to the resort or something. I was like, no. I said, no, do what you got to do, and then just go see the second show. You're going to save park time, and you're just going to walk right in that show. We literally walk in now, lately, 2-3 minutes to go? Like, we're pushing the envelope, and there's a half a stadium open.
Yeah, Mickey's standing on the stage like this. Where's Corey?
Yeah.
Where's Corey?
Yeah, just waiting for us, and then as soon as he sees us sit, as soon as my cheeks hit the seat, dun, 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 dun.
And you're not sitting in the cheap seats in the back. You're not sitting on the extreme corners either, right?
I'm getting the exact seat that I want a lot of times. Not front, but center.
Yeah. So, yeah, don't do the first show. Use that. And here's the other thing. That second show is normally after the park closes, which means what are you missing out on? Nothing. So if your family can stand it, do the second show and use that time. And I tell you, this is what happened to us. So Fantasmic was about to start. People line up for that show. I saw a tip in one of the groups I'm in. Somebody said, how long before Fantasmic do I have to get there? And that's all they said. They didn't say what day. They didn't say if there were 2 shows or whatever. And somebody said, at least you want to be there at least 90 minutes before the show starts. 90 minutes?
Did you fall over and hit your head and get a concussion?
I would 90 minutes. Folks, do not wait 90 minutes to go see Fantasmic. That show happens.
90 minutes for anything. No
that show happens every day. There's no reason for it. And what we did during I guess it was when we were there in September, we were able to do Rise Rise, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, and Tower all in the time before Fantasmic, because we bypassed the first show, went and started at Rise. Rise was a walk-on. The only time it took to wait for Rise was the time that it takes to get through the long queue. Then we went to Mickey and Minnie's, which was maybe 15 minutes because everybody was still in Fantasmic. And then we went right over to Tower of Terror right at park close. And then got out of there at 9:20 and went walked right there to Fantasmic.
And then, there's those weird times when you have one show of Fantasmic. So when that happens, I would say, first of all, I go, so say it starts at 8:30. I'm kind of getting in line about 8:10 at the latest.
Mm-hmm.
8:10. And you may sit at the very end of the main stadium seats, but you'll still get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's no need to do 60 minutes before or anything like that.
No. You can do the same thing with Starlight. There's 2 showings of Starlight, so you can skip one and make the other. I'm a fan of Starlight, so I probably would not skip one. I might watch both. Trying to think if there's any other. You can't do that with Luminous, but Luminous is at park close, so typically you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. I heard that, I don't even know where I heard this from. I heard that there were permits filed to demolition the LID VIP box, viewing box. Do we know anything about this? Am I making it up? Because that would be detrimental.
I have not heard that.
Yeah, let's hope not, because that's my spot.
No, I haven't heard that. I mean, the boardwalk is staying. That whole area behind that area, that stand and the others that are on that side, that whole area is staying. So if the area is staying, I don't know why they would.
There would be no reason to get rid of that.
Yeah, I don't think they would.
Yeah, and you wouldn't do that just to gain, another 70 people or something max. Would you?
I wouldn't even think it was. They'd be doing it for any of that reason. I think just logistically, if they are reconfiguring that boardwalk area, then maybe they might do that. But I don't know. I don't know. I'll try and find out. Dole Dave, hello. Yeah, you got me thinking now. I'm gonna have to do some research on that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's something Jacob brought to my attention or what. I don't think I made it up.
I just realized I did not have any Dole Whip this past weekend.
Oh no!
And I walked right by. I walked right by both of them.
Hope Dave's sitting down. It has been a while since we've had an upside down Dole Whip, which is the only way to go. The swirl.
Well, it's also just starting to get warmer. We're coming out of the winter.
I have said maybe on a Saturdays or something when there's nothing new to try. I gotta get back. I gotta just grab a Mickey bar. It's been so long.
Wow,
it's been so long. Yeah, Mickey bars, which we're gonna get Mickey bars every night on the cruise, just because we can.
You got to try the ice cream though too. The soft serve is great.
Oh, there's like a banana something.
Yeah,
it's
banana. Yeah, it's a banana swirl, and
over those. Are you joining the morning walking group? That's what I want to know. Jacob and I were talking about. If they have a track, we got to walk it. You got to walk in the morning so you can prepare.
You want me to do what?
Eat all day. You're gonna put one foot in front of the other.
Folks, it's time to go. Say goodnight because Corey wants me to go walking every morning.
I know Steve will join the
I don't even walk on
group.
land. He wants me to walk on the water. Like, no. No, I don't know. I might. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see if I do it too. I've got to do it. I got to hit the gym. They got to counteract the food I'm going to eat.
If I'm going to wake up that early too. No, the food is good. You will definitely enjoy the food.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go to town. How about this? I have a quick question about this. What is the earliest that they let you off the ship to hit the island? because we were talking about that as a family the other day. Because we want to maximize our time because our dinner is at 5:30. So you need to get there.
Well, the dinner wouldn't really have to be back on the ship by whatever time it is, 4:30, I think. 4:30,
okay.
yeah.
Well,
so,
you have to get ready.
But you're still, trying to maximize your time on the island. But
ready.
Yeah.
The ladies have to get ready.
I think I saw people out there as early as 9. Really depends on what
Sounds
time you
about
dock. Right. But I think I saw people out there about as early as 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah. We are 147 days, 4 hours and 8 minutes away from our cruise. According
it's going to
the
happen.
Disney Cruise app.
Dole Whip Dave is surprised that you're going. I don't know where he's been. Where have you been?
Dole
We
Whip.
talked about this. He has Dole Whip in his ears. Which wouldn't be surprising, right? You
Right.
It might come out of your ears. we love Dole Whip Dave. But yeah, there's a lot of us going. There's like 20 people going. So it's an LID Disney cruise.
Yeah, it's going to be.
We may do more of those in the future.
Going to be a lot of
All
fun.
goes well. Yes. I have a 5K on the ship. Why not, Steve? We've done 5Ks together. Steve and I did the turkey trot.
That's right. That's right.
Without trying.
So we talked about, is it worth it? And wait
you guys
times.
doing early dinner. We're all doing early dinner.
Yeah, we're
Greg.
booked. Yes, Catherine, we're booked for the early dinner this time.
Yes, because then you can go enjoy the show after that.
Why can't I enjoy the show before dinner?
Don't you like to just eat and then sit back and watch a show? I don't know. You don't do movie and a dinner, right? You do dinner and a movie.
Oh, Catherine she'll put it in chat in a second. She will disagree with you that you do movie and a dinner if it's a date. Do you know why?
Let's see. No, I don't know why. It must have to do with like getting food on yourself or something.
No. It's so that you have something to talk about at dinner. So if you have nothing to talk, if it's like a first date or something like that.
If you're not good at conversation.
Right. You have something to talk about. Yeah. She told me that, oh gosh, in 2007. How about that? So we talked about the wait times tonight. And so this is the Disney Streamer Network app that David Pyle created for wait times. And the great thing is that it shows you not only the wait times, but it shows you the trend as well. So you can see that ride there is at
that's what the arrow means?
Yeah, Smugglers is 25 minutes and it's going up. Okay, so the wait times are rising. If it has a down arrow, then it means it's trending down. And the cool thing is that if, let me pick a big one here. So if Rise is currently 50 minutes, I know it's hard to see that. So Rise
Pull it back
is currently
just a little bit. Right there.
Rise is currently 50 minutes. I can set an alert and say, I want to know when it hits 30 minutes. And now it's going to tell me when it hits 30 minutes. And I used that over the weekend while I was in the parks. Worked great. If a ride is down and you want to know when it comes back up, it will do the same thing. You can set an alert and it will tell you when the ride comes back up. So
it works really well, and I tried it over the weekend when we were watching your stream on Sunday. I downloaded it with the family, so we all have it now. And it gives me a little more peace of mind when I'm streaming. I can be like, okay, let's keep an eye on a few of these things, and I'll tag them. And then now I'll know without really trying. And I don't know if you knew this, but it will carry you over to the next day. Now, once that alert hits, does it die? Does it kind of reset?
Yes. So
because I'll tell you, I got an alert on Monday that Space Mountain went down or something. Went down. It's now down to 30 minutes. And I'm like, I'm working. I'm like, oh, I said that yesterday.
Right. Yeah. Same thing happened to us. I set it for test track. I was just testing it and I set it to test track for 20 minutes. And finally, Monday night, we're on the plane. No, we had already arrived here in Raleigh. And it gives me the alert. Test track is now 20 minutes. And Catherine and I looked at each other like, it's 10:44. Why would I be getting this? The park's closed. And then we realized, it's extended evening hours. So it took from Saturday till Sunday till Monday at extended evening hours to finally tell us, okay, test track is 20 minutes.
So
that's how long
that.
test
Very
track
nice.
was busy. Yeah. So that is, people are asking, that is part of the Disney Streamer Network. So if you go to dsn.disneystreams.com, you can download that app. That's the Wait Times app. You can download the Disney Streamer Network app. You can download the Wait Times app. That's what that looks like there.
It's a white app.
Yep. And I'm telling you, it's phenomenal.
I love it. Game changer.
Yep. So make sure to use that for whether you're in the park, whether you're at home, you just want to see. He also has it where it's the map as well. So if you don't want the list, I
like the map over the list.
You can also do the map.
I like that. Yeah, show them that.
So that's Magic Kingdom. And the same thing can happen, right? You see that one is red there. So that's probably Space Mountain. Oh, Space Mountain is down. So I could set an alert and know when it comes back up. But here I've got Tron at like 105 minutes. I can set the alert right from the app.
From there.
Right from the
you
map.
have the choice there.
Yep.
So, you got yellow, which is pretty good, and then you have green, which is even better for wait times. So they're color-coded.
That's right. Exactly right. So, yeah, very cool app. I will continue to talk about that because I think that's a great resource for all of you.
Ooh, I have to do some testing tomorrow night. Remind me. Steve had a great idea. He said, can you set an alert on your Meta glasses? Okay, so if they're on and running, I would guess that if the alert came up, that it would tell me. So maybe I'll set one.
Do the glasses, test it. Do the glasses give you random notifications or does it give you just text?
It's likely that it won't. It gives me text. It'll give me like Instagram messages, things like that. So it might not give that one. But
I just wondering, like your Ring doorbell, if it gives you that, then I would say, okay.
It does.
Okay, so it might give you.
It does chime in my ear if someone's at the door.
It might do that. That's probably pretty handy. You don't even have to get up. You don't even have to look at your phone now to know somebody's at your door. How about that?
And something nobody would know, when Lawrence texts me when we're live, if we need to communicate, I'm not missing a text from you anymore because I'm getting it in my ear. It's like Lawrence is speaking in my ear because it will speak the text. It's pretty cool. And I get a little flashing light on the inside of the lens, so that's what alerts me that something's coming through. No one's doing that in the park.
Corey and I, because the way we produce the live streams, we had talked about like looking at radios, walkie-talkies that we would be able to do that, but then he would have to have an earpiece, and this is pretty close to what we were thinking,
Yeah, it's pretty much there.
It's just he's just not hearing it in my voice, which is fine. Although my voice is now, I became the voice of my company's phone system. So when people call our phones nationwide,
congratulations,
they hear my voice. That started today, and I had to call to see it to hear it. I was like, it's weird. Probably like when you were on Park World's radio. You're like, hey, that's me.
I'm back, right? I'm back.
I've heard it. Yeah.
And
yeah,
like
the
stronger
other day.
than ever. Stronger than ever. So, and it's so funny. The family's so used to it, but I'm still pumping fists and everything. Like even today, I heard it ramping up, coming on. I'm like, yeah. It's an honor. It's fun. It's fun to hear it.
Yeah. Murray, that's the Disney Streamer Network app. So you can go there, go to Park Companion, it's called. When you go to dsn.disneystreams.com, you go to Park Companion, and that's what that app is called. Very, very handy. If you wanted to do a 4-park challenge, you can make your log in there. Those of us that are annual pass holders that are like, how many times have I been to the park? You can log your park visits there. If you want to log your wait times, like sometimes Corey and I will compare, it says 45 minutes standby. Let's track it. You can track that in there as well. And David also has the history of the park wait times for I think it's up for 2 days. So you can look and see, where has the park, or go back and go, okay, if I wait until 9 o'clock, maybe that's the best time to ride Test Track, because look at the last couple of days, it's gone down to 30 minutes right at 9 o'clock or whatever time. So yeah, there's some cool stuff in there. And as always, if you have ideas about that app, something you want to see in it, let us know. DisneyStreamerNetwork@gmail.com, and I'll get that over to Pyle, and he'll look at it.
Let's see. I wanted to address something in chat.
Everybody wants me to get Meta glasses now.
I see that. You got to get them now. Magical Mike wanted to know how much the Meta glasses are. Go to RayBanMeta.com and check it out. I want to say $325, $350, and they have payment plans. So they really aren't that bad. Mine will much more because mine are prescription, and I have one of the more expensive prescriptions. So the lenses cost way more than the entire system.
Yeah, that's typical. Even with regular glasses, that tends to happen. I tend to get frames that aren't that expensive, and then the lenses are always
yeah. The lens knocks you out, man.
So we have to get bifocal and non. Where you don't get
glare
the
protection
non-glare
and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's what happens when you get to be 30.
What's up, Josh R? He says the gentleman with the best shirts.
Oh, thank you. I
got my ET on. Now, I'm hearing things. I'm hearing that ET's closing for good.
No.
I didn't think so. It's just refurbishment, right?
It's a refurb, yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I had a guy tell me that the guy that I told you that I know now that had a lot to do with design of Epic and everything. He tells me the other day, he's like, "Oh, ET's done. It's done. It's closing for good." I'm like, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
They've said it's a refurb. I don't know why they would say that. And I mean, look, when they tore down Rip Ride Rocket, it was like, okay, it's gone. Okay, what's coming up? No, we're not telling you. I get the worry there, but I think it'll be okay.
I've definitely enjoyed the Meta glasses, and for everybody, the Meta glasses have a lot of different features, and I think for each person, they will have a percentage of how they use them. I'm actually using the video and right now I'm using the video and the photos the least. For me,
really,
they help out a lot for work. If I need to make a note or a reminder for work, I do it. I'm finding that just personal reminders are happening that I totally would have forgotten. Before we went on, it went beep, beep, and it gave me a reminder of something that I totally would have forgotten. So, and those reminders are stored on the app too, so you can always look back at them.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
good.
So I'm using it for reminders. I'm using it for music. I'm listening to way more music than I ever have. I'm listening to music right now. You don't even know it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not, but... But I do throughout the workday and everything. Just put it on as low as possible before you can't hear it at all, and no one else knows I'm listening. So that's pretty cool. So that's what. But throughout the day now, when I'm going throughout the day, if there's something I see that I want Tammy to see, for example, they're doing construction up the road, and she is only driven by at night, so she can't see it. So as I was going by, I hit the video and just kind of looked at it for a little bit, so I could bring it back and she could see it. So if there's things I see during the day and I'm like, oh, I wish someone I know could see this, I can just snap a quick picture or a quick video. So
very cool.
I'd like to use it more. I don't know. Yeah. I have to play with it or look at tutorials. I'm not satisfied with the photos.
Okay. All right. Maybe there's some tweaking you could do.
Yeah. So, are we done spinning the wheel or?
Yeah, we're done with that. We've given our tips, which was really where I wanted to go with that was, have a little fun, but also, educate, entertain, all of you a little bit. I do want to mention that I gave out 5 gifted memberships on my channel. Those went to Amy Otrasinka. Wow. I remember her I remember that name from your channel. I haven't seen her in a while. Disney with Matthew.
Oh, yeah.
Goofy Guy WDW, Keeping It Thrills. Oh, I wonder how they're doing. And Life with Roxana. So congratulations there.
There you go. Congratulations, y'all.
Yeah, I remember that name. Amy. Wonder how she is. So tomorrow we are at Magic
tomorrow we're at Magic, and we're doing a double shot of Magic. We're doing Magic tomorrow because what are they? I think they moved it to 10 now, so that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we'll follow that up. We have to do Magic on Saturday because we're going to ET in concert at 2:30.
Oh,
so,
that's right. Okay.
2:30, 3:30, 4:30. Probably safe to set the stream for like 5:30 or 5:45, and then we can maximize our time and leave Main Street at 11:30 at night or something like that because it does close at 11 on Saturdays. Tomorrow on Wednesdays it's 10. So
okay.
That works. And look for an earlier start time again. I know it seemed like we should have started at like 5:30, 5:45 last time, but I have the same plan. I'm finishing up my last patient close to Disney. So
okay.
And
All
we
right.
can start earlier. So look for an earlier start time, everybody, whether it's 6:15, 6, 5:45. I'm going to do my best.
So make sure to go to Living in Diz on go to the YouTube page for Living in Diz. And for tomorrow's stream, make sure to hit notify me underneath the thumbnail for tomorrow's stream. That will make sure that you get the alert. Most people get the alert, the notification in the YouTube app, as well as an email. So anytime you have one of your creators that has their live stream scheduled, go ahead and do that. So tomorrow for Corey, Saturday for Corey. I don't think I have next Tuesday's podcast scheduled yet because I don't have a subject yet.
Okay.
So, but yeah, make sure to hit notify me for those that are already scheduled. That will guarantee that you get the notification, unless when it comes to and you close your eyes. But other than that, you should get the notification.
Sounds great. We appreciate you all that watch us live. We do this live because we do it for you. We love the Park Bros community. We love the LID community. You do mean the world to us. We can't do this without you all, and we really enjoy sharing this information with you all, sharing the parks with you, and all of that. So, we appreciate everyone that listens to us on Amazon, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Apple. So,
yes,
it's all good.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So, thank you very much for listening. Oh, the great show, guys, says Steve and Tony. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Steve. We appreciate that.
We'll figure out a topic for next week.
We sure will.
Make it another fun one. I have a couple guests that want to come on the show, other creators. I know I talked to Scooter Adventures, Mike, who wants to come on the show and talk about getting around the parks and the resort and an ECV. He has got some great tips about ECVs themselves, which ones to get, that kind of thing, and then navigating the parks. And so he'll come on the show soon and do that. I got to talk to Baker about coming on and talking pins.
Yes.
That'll be an episode where I just, go sit on the couch and just let him and Corey go at it with pins. But yeah, we're gonna do some fun stuff, and of course we got D23 coming up. I got to decide if I'm going to do May 4th, and that's a thought. May the 4th coming up, so we'll figure that out.
I've got my reservation ready to go.
I don't think I've reserved mine. I did get us reservations for July 4th.
Ah, yes. And does that fall on a Friday, or what is that falling on? Or is it Saturday?
I think that's the one this year that's a Saturday. May the 4th is a Monday, but July the 4th is a Saturday.
So May the 4th, you should have Tammy and I in the park. Jacob has a big test that day. If he's driving by then, he may join us later.
Wow. Yeah. I'll never forget sending Jay out. He had a job interview, which he got the job. He's still there now, but he had a job interview at the Lego store, and I was working. Catherine was working, and we couldn't get back to take him. And he was already licensed, but it was the first time that he had to go out on his own. And you got to take, well, you don't have to, but he took the highway to get there. And I'm telling you, I was just, I
already know the feeling. Right? Yeah. I'm pushing for it and rooting for him, but in a way, I don't want him to have it.
Yeah. So and now the kid drives. He drove to Florida. One of the New Year's trips, he drove to Florida. Drove my mom to Florida, and so I'm like, okay, well, there's two drivers. Nope, he drove the whole way. Drove the whole way there, whole way back. So, yeah.
Wow, very nice.
Yeah. Yep. So before you know it, it'll be fine. An hour drive will be like nothing to Jacob. No sweat. No sweat.
Mm-hmm. Yep, for sure. All right, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Hope you enjoyed tonight's subject. We'll have another great subject for you next week on the DIZPod. Until then, we're just a couple of bros talking Disney. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow.